No!
How about this? The U.S. Park Police are
Let's start by storming Bracket!
What's going on, everyone? So welcome to my latest video. This is obviously my review for Euphoria Season 2. So this will be a non-spoiler review. In fact, I will be trying to talk about this rather quickly because I did watch this a couple months ago, I think was when the finale, and I never got around to reviewing it, similar to Righteous Gemstones Season 2, which I will also shortly be talking about. So I'll just be talking about my thoughts very briefly. So to give you guys a bit of background, if you guys haven't seen my Season 1 review of Euphoria, which was at this point 3 years ago, I loved Season 1 of Euphoria. I really did. The only thing I wasn't a big fan of was, honestly, the finale, like the last 10 minutes. I was like, what is this? And not in like I don't understand like this artistic expression. It was more of like, for 9 episodes, really was kind of like, or 8 episodes, I was like, okay, this is not Zendaya, this is Rue. But then that last 10 minutes really kind of made me say, no, this is Zendaya playing Rue, okay. So it just was kind of frustrating, but I was still nonetheless excited for Season 2 because the atmosphere, the characters, the setting, the themes, the messages, I found everything to be really, really artistically interesting. And what made me even more happy was the fact that this is a show that feels very unique. Like if this was a film, it would be an A24 film that not many people would see in theaters. But because it is HBO and because of Rue being played by Zendaya, you have a huge audience on HBO. And it makes me happy because this is a show that does take risks, and especially Season 1. So it got me really excited. And I will say this, Season 2 I don't think is bad per se. I just think that middle section of episodes really, really halted the pacing, the tone, and just overall kind of felt repetitive for me personally. Not to say it's bad again, per se. I felt like Season 2 was really, really trying to do a lot with the teen drama. And let me just preface this. Season 1, it did have teen drama for sure, but it was interwoven with all these other things, so it made it feel more organic. But here, it was kind of like, I really don't care about this. This makes it seem more atypical of other TV shows of teenage nature. But with Season 1, it didn't feel like that. And I know I'm comparing and contrasting the two, and I really shouldn't, but at the same time, they are both in the same realm. They are both seasons of Euphoria, so it kind of makes sense. But I will say this, because I do want to talk about positives of Season 2 of Euphoria, of course. I think that the acting all around is great. I will say Zendaya's performance as Rue, a couple episodes in, I wasn't a big fan of. Like, I was like, it's not as good as Season 1 in terms of her performance. But as the Season 2 progressed, I thought that she did an incredible job. Like, I really, really latched on, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. This is really, really great acting. Other performances I wanted to mention are Jacob Elroy, who I did not know he plays Nate. I did not know that he was an American. His accent is incredible, just knowing that he is an American. So it's great. He does such a great job in that role. And I really, really was invested in like what he was going to do and everything. I was like, okay, what's he going to do next? Like there's an unpredictability with his character that I think is very, very interesting, especially with what happens in the finale of Season 2. I also like, obviously, Alexa Demi, who plays none other than Maddie. This is an actress that was in the movie Waves, which I would highly recommend if you haven't checked out. Ironically, it is an A24 film, but that was when I first saw her, and she did such a great job in that film. And here in Euphoria, she cemented herself as an actress to be on the lookout for. She does such a great job with what she's given, and especially in the play episode. I mean, she's very talented. She really is, and she thrives in this show. And then I also think that Angus Cloud as Fezza is someone that is really good. I will say that his character with, there's like a romance that brews, not going to spoil anything, but there's a romance that brews with his character. And I don't know, like I get what they were going for, like, you know, opposites attract. And I thought that was kind of interesting, I suppose. But I just felt like anytime it focused on that, it was just kind of like, I really don't care. Or anytime there was teen drama, I was like, I really don't care. But then when there's stuff that's kind of like leaning from Season 1, like what was stemming from that, I'm like, okay, this is good and everything. But I really do think that, again, those middle episodes of Season 2 of Euphoria really halted the pacing and the tone, especially with the focus on teen drama. But at the same time, I know I'm in the minority with that because a lot of people I talk to love the teen drama. They love what happens and everything. But for me, I'm like, I'm not the biggest fan of it. And I also know a lot of people that say, like, Season 1 glorified drugs and alcohol, and Season 2 kind of, like, actually condemns it and makes it, you know, put under the microscope and everything. But honestly, I kind of feel like the opposite. not the opposite per se, but I felt like season 1 did such a great job of actually establishing that no, this world is very much so something that there's a lot of gray, and a lot of these individuals are turning to alcohol and drugs, and that it's not good. Like, it's not done in a way in season 1 where it's like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. It's like, no, it's made to look beautiful because it's shot on film, but at the same time, underneath it all and everything, if you actually criticize and like literally put it on the microscope and everything, you see that no, that's not the case. But I know not every viewer is obviously as critical as I am, but that was something I really liked about season 1. It was definitely something that wasn't as on the nose versus season 2. It kind of is. I felt like, you know, they were kind of taking into heed what a lot of people are saying about season 1. They're like, oh yeah, no, we got to make sure that it's kind of like more black and white, that like, no, drugs are bad. And yeah, I don't know. I just felt kind of frustrated about that aspect. But at the same time, season 2, again, it's by no means bad. I get why so many people love it. I do hope season 3 kind of brings the show back on track. But as it stands, I can't lie, I feel like Euphoria would have been better as a limited series. I really do. Season 1 as a whole just did such a great job of building the world and at the same time getting us to know about the characters. Not really saying that they're good characters, but saying necessarily that we understand where they're coming from and that they're flawed, and that's okay. Overall, Euphoria Season 2, I personally will be giving a... So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on Euphoria Season 2. Did you love it? Did you not? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, follow me on Letterboxd, and I will catch you guys later.